Look, very interesting points made about that game. Next game, Scotland Tonga. I think Scotland in the first half for me looking very shaky. Tonga looked so good. I think Piatau was amazing for them. Fekatawa had a sick game, but Scotland pulled away now, and I think that keeps Pool B very close up to that final game. But what do you think for Scotland? Is there a chance that they could potentially qualify?
If I'm honest, I can't see it happening. I said it myself. If they are to beat one team, it's going to be South Africa, and they
Yeah.
didn't bring their A game against South Africa. So for me, I just see Ireland going over the top of them. That being said, Finn Russell. I know it was against Tonga, but he's back to his best now. And any team with Finn Russell, you can't rule out. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Like, yeah,
Okay, mate. Um, for Scotland, I think there's no pressure on you now. Everyone's talking about the top two teams. I would, if I'm Scotland, I'd back yourselves against the Irish in the last game.
That's my dad said the same thing to me. My dad said it's a complete conflict. Ireland, you just beat the Springboks, right? I have a bit of a worry for Ireland not rotating their team. I think they've used the same team for the last four games now. So fatigue settles in, right? Especially after a physically draining game like that, right? Scotland have nothing to lose now. If they lose, they're grouped. That nobody's expecting anything from them. So could they cause a shock and beat Ireland?
All Scotland are going to have is they'll go down the history books as being in the pool of death, and that'll be it. No one will ever speak
Yeah.
them. But if Ireland lose this game, it will be the biggest upset in world history.
Do you think it'll be
and
the biggest choke of all time if
Yeah,
Ireland lose to
yes,
Scotland?
it
yeah.
probably would be. Yeah, being the number one ranked team in the world and getting kicked out. But then on Scotland, I think they play their best rugby when they've got nothing to lose, when they can just throw the
Yeah.
ball about. Say to players like Hugh Jones, Tui Polotu, let's just make something happen. I think that's when they play their best rugby.
There's two games when Scotland play well in the year. Like, in the one game, if Scotland's like playing in England, you'll see like prime 2015 New Zealand, Scotland just come out of nowhere and like fight to the death. But I think what Rohan said, Finn Russell, for me now, as much as I slanted him, showed why he's potentially the best fly half in the world against Kieran. And I'm not a fan of Finn Russell, but he was sensational for me. I got shivers. I got shivers down my spine watching him.
You said when Bundayaki, they're getting the top try scorers in rugby against poor teams. You said it's not credible because he's been playing poor teams. Finn Russell plays Tonga. He has a sensational game, and now you're saying he's the best player having more rugby. Where's the consistency?
For me, it's not about. I know it's Tonga, but it's the fact that Finn Russell has now brought that confidence back up after a shaky
Yeah.
game against Africa. Finn Russell playing with confidence is a dangerous thing.
But he has too much fluctuation
Inconsistency. Yeah, yeah.
in his confidence. He'll come up against the Irish, and they'll ping him. They'll make him really rattled, and then you'll see Finn Russell going back to who he really is. Let's be honest.